Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today and I'm excited to be here with you, closing out the month of November. Today is November 30th and I get to do my week 4 weekly check-in, and then I am going to take my numbers and I am going to put that towards Paycheck 3 in my variable spending, and we're going to close out Paycheck 3 so we know how much is going to be in the checking account and we can put towards savings because I actually have money left over. And I'm super excited about that. Not the whole number we estimated here when I did my Paycheck 3 setup, which was $1,241.99, but we do have money left over, so I am excited about that. So let's go ahead and dive in and see how the numbers worked out. How much was on budget, how much was grocery, household, restaurants, miscellaneous, gasoline, and copay. So we'll be going over all those numbers and closing out this month's budget. So let's get started. Okay, here we are with the calendar spending tracker that I have. So I'm just going to kind of scoot it up because we're just doing the bottom part here. We are checking in from Friday the 24th to November 30th. The calendar actually fell in my favor where it ended the end of the month actually on a Thursday, which is when I typically end my weekly check-ins because my husband always gets paid on Fridays, every other Friday. So that's his salary check. So we are excited to get into this. I even did some spending today. I try to make the day I do these a no spend, but no, we enjoyed ourselves today. So that was pretty awesome. My husband had a rare day off from work and had some appointments, and then we went out to lunch. So it was just kind of a nice day together, and I really appreciated that. So I already have everything written down on my notes page like I typically do, and we are going to just check off what we have here. Now you see we have some yellow, we have some eating out and some miscellaneous, and a lot of pink right here, and I will explain all this as we go through. So over here for grocery household, you have several line items here, and mostly it's because I had decided I was getting supplements frequently enough that I would put them on subscribe and save and see if I liked it or not. I've done it before. Usually I just order them when I need things, but I just thought this time I would like to make things easier and have subscribe and save for some of these supplements because I always take them. Let me see if I can get us a little bit closer and you can see a little better. There we go. So here we go. But we're going to start at the top here. This was my grocery haul. All my groceries I've been doing this month have been pickup only, trying to avoid all the triggers of the holidays and buying extra stuff, extra groceries, extra yummy desserts and things like that. So I've kind of tried to stay away from that. I did make pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. I like to make and bake my own, but yeah, it was a good thing that I did do grocery pickup because I'm sure I would have spent a lot more on groceries. So $168.57 to Meijer. Now, typically my supplements fall under, or not typically, always my supplements fall under grocery household because I could either buy it at the grocery store or I can order it on Amazon, whichever. So I don't have the names for all of these, but that's okay. So this first Amazon is $27.19. I'm sure it's a supplement. I just can't think of the name of it. I do take magnesium. I do have neuropathy in my hands and feet, and some of these supplements really help curb the sensations that I feel a lot. So that was $9.87. A lot of these were on sale or discount of some sort. And I take D3K2, which is $8.45, and Amazon here, D3. This is a special formula for my husband, and that was $14.51 for what he needed. He spent most of his life in the Navy and a lot of times below ship, so you know he's deficient in D3 a lot, and I spend a lot of time inside, so yeah, we've not been out in the sun as much as most people have, so there you go. Let's go ahead and total this up and see where we're at grocery household for this week, and I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. First time I did this. Okay, so we have $228.59. Go ahead and write that over here. Next we have restaurants. I had to zoom back out because I couldn't balance the camera angle and the papers and all the things. So restaurants. The first thing I have here is $59.62. That was Papa John's, our Friday night pizza night. Chick-fil-A over here on a Tuesday. My sons had appointments that day, so I didn't know how long we were going to be, and I wanted to make sure that we had dinner, and across the street is Chick-fil-A, so I just went ahead and picked up Chick-fil-A. And then today, my husband and I had a little lunch date at Wendy's. It was $18.40 for the two of us, and it was nice. So there we go there. So let's total up the restaurants here. All right, so that is $118.14. So that's pretty good, I think, for an average week. We average a little over $100 a week, and that's not too bad. Next, we have Miscellaneous. So Miscellaneous is starting over here. So over here, I purchased some books on Kindle, and then I also got the Audible to go with it. So there's 4 individual transactions. I don't mind that as much. And then I'm already over budget in this category, but I put this under miscellaneous anyway, so I'm just going to carry through with that. I purchased some stuff for my house for a little girl that's a neighbor friend, and she's 3 years old, and I wanted to have some toys and stuff here. So I got some coloring books and crayons and fun things, so that's going to be awesome. That way they don't have to take them back and forth from their house to here when she comes over and kind of stays with us while mom and dad are out to dinner or shopping or whatever. So the first thing I have is this $8.40. That was the Kindle book, and then it was $7.94 for the audio for the same book. And then Kindle again for $10.59 for a different book, and $7.94 for the audio for that. I used to have subscriptions for this, but I don't anymore, and this is all I've really bought this year. So it was still cheaper to do this than have the subscriptions or be locked into something, so that's okay. And then here, the toys I got for the house, $44.69. I got like washable jumbo crayons and some coloring books, and she likes Frozen, so I found a Frozen activity thing and a Frozen, these little, and you can make bracelets and necklaces and stuff out of these interlocking little pieces, and it's perfect for a 3-year-old. So absolutely love that. She's so adorable, and I just enjoy spending time with her. So she definitely deserves a little bit of toys over here. So I'm going to total this up, and I'll be right back. All right, so in miscellaneous this week, we spent $79.56. We had 0 gas, and then we had copay for $10.30. It was a prescription from my son. I forgot to check these off. Hold on a second. My youngest adult son. So that was $10.03 right there. Not too bad. Only prescription we needed to get this time, which was awesome. And then Unbudgeted. So Unbudgeted right now is kind of like Christmas shopping or home decor shopping or whatever. So, and birthday shopping. So I have a son that was born the day before Christmas. And we celebrate the day before Christmas as my son's birthday, and then on Christmas Day. So he gets it back to back, and he gets all kinds of stuff. Now throughout the year we get him stuff as well. But he's 25. Even though he's autistic, he's 25 and he lives at home. You know, he's an adult. So this is the big time of year. He gets all kinds of stuff. So he's pretty awesome though. There was a GameStop video game that I purchased. It was $50.86. That was on sale. It was cheaper to buy it on sale at GameStop than it was on Amazon with free shipping. I still paid for shipping for this, so it was still cheaper by $19 and some change. So I went ahead and got it at GameStop, and I'm good to go there. And then I spent $130.25 on games. There were like 5 or 6 games that he had requested, And when it comes to Christmas birthday time of year, he always asks for t-shirts from wrestling like WWE or AEW, or shirts from Hot Topic or Box Lunch or things like that. And then he will get video games, and he likes physical games, so they were PS5 games. And then 166.66, and I'm trying to think of what that was. It was probably a combination of games and something else, and I know one of them is definitely a game, but I can't remember exactly what it was. So, but I do know it's 166.66. And so that is that. And then today I went to Hobby Lobby and finally picked up this cute Highland Cow Christmas theme thing. Highland cows apparently are a big deal right now, and in the Hobby Lobby store, and they have them everywhere in the store. It's so cute. And since I live kind of out in the country and we are surrounded by cattle farms, I finally was willing to go, yeah, that's the kind of decor I kind of want to put up, because I couldn't decide between just portraits of the area, or if I wanted horses, because we're not far from Lexington and Kentucky, and they're known for horses, or if I wanted to kind of represent where I'm at, since it's my forever home. So the Highland cow seemed to have won out, even though there's no Highland cows near here. They're the cutest ones I've ever seen. So that is what I have there. So let's total this up really quick and find out how much unbudgeted I have actually spent for this week. All right, so that's $412.91. So I think that was really good, considering we had $1,200 and we could use the buffer the checking account, which was that $1,200 I showed you earlier, that we estimated. I didn't nearly use all my grocery household that I budgeted for the entire month, just because the first part of the month we were on vacation, and that came out of vacation money. So it left a lot of wiggle room. And so we still have money left over at the end of the month. And I am so proud of us for not going overboard this year. Last year, I went way overboard, but I was excited because last year was our first Christmas in this house. We just moved here a few months before Christmas, and I just wanted all the things. And this year, I don't think we're going to have to dip into savings to cover things. So I am pretty happy this time of year. So let's go ahead and put these in the weekly check-in. And I have no bills to put here. So I guess we only have to worry about the spending, and that is what we're going to look at here to do our weekly check-in. All right, so get my calculator here, and we're going to total up. Let's see, what do I want to do? I think I want to just do this first. So I have here for this week, I had $705 budgeted for the week for grocery household. But just like I said a minute ago, we were on vacation earlier this month, and you know what I normally would have spent when we were here, we didn't. We just spent while we were out of town. So and that was separate money from this. So $228.59. Can't talk. We're going to subtract that from the $705.73. And that I was left with $477.14. So it's a pretty good buffer for the spending categories here. So there we go. I forgot to do these little check marks last week. That just indicates that I've paid everything that was in the spending categories. All right, so I have $118.34, and wow, I cut that one close. $118.14. Minus $118.14. 20 cents. Oh wow, I'm still in the positive though. That's good news. 0 to 0. There we go. All right. I'm negative 48.85, and we spent miscellaneous 79.56. So that means we are still in the negative at $128.41. There we go. And that's okay. We didn't mind that because we knew we had a good buffer in the checking account and things came up, so we were fine with that. $154.13. Okay, $154.13 minus the gas. Oh, I don't know why I put that down because I didn't spend any money in gas. So that's still $154.13. We didn't really drive nearly as much this month as I thought we would. And then the unbudgeted. It's always red. All right, $412.91. We did a lot of unbudgeting. We did definitely over $1,000 in unbudgeted this month. But it's the holidays and we knew we would do it, so we had a little bit of permission to go into the buffer of the checking account. So that's how we did that. Now we did have a copay, but that you'll see over here on what the total is for the Paycheck 3 closeout or end of the month closeout because it is literally the last day of the month. All right, now that I have all these numbers and I have a good understanding of the weekly check-in, where I was too high, where I was too low, where I was good at, and relying on this to cover a lot of the spending. As you can see, let's see what we got here. $477.14 plus 20 cents plus 154.13. All right, that is $631.47 that I had left, minus the 128.41 and minus the 412.91. So really, I still had $90 left out of what I budgeted for the entire month in these categories. So I think we did pretty good. I think we did good this month, just because the beginning of the month was so different. And I kind of like having a vacation the first week of November and not spending as much throughout the month. So that works pretty well. Let's total these up now so I know how much I need to put on the credit card and pay the credit card for all the spending for this week. Okay, we need to pay the credit card $849.23. That way, once that money leaves the checking account and it's on the credit card goes back to zero. I will show you in my transaction logs where I track my credit card that I did take it back to zero and that this number actually matched, which is kind of cool. I love it when it matches. Get my notebook here. And so, yeah, I had all these pages. I think I had like 5 pages of transactions, but that was the total amount. And then I made a payment and I brought it back to zero, and the credit card will be paid off once everything's processed. So that I absolutely am happy with. I don't like it when I have to carry an amount over to the next month to take care of the credit card. That bothers me now. I'm in such practice of actually getting that paid off, and it's so natural now that it actually bugs me when I can't. So I try to avoid it at all costs. So now we are moving on to the Paycheck 3 side of things. Now when I look at my grocery household here, I'm looking at the spending here and the spending here and combining them. Now to make things quick, I think I have them all written down. Just want to double check and make sure. There we go. And so it'd be week 3 and week 4 were part of Paycheck 3. So that would be $353.11 plus $228.59. $581.70, and that's exactly what I had in my notes. So yes, everything is tracking as it should. So there we go. So I'm just going to take from my notes over here. It's hard when you got to write on the coil. So be right back. Okay, I am back. So I have all my things listed over here. I forgot to put Google Storage on here as a fixed income. That it's just I don't know how it slipped my mind, but it did, because I don't think I have it on Paycheck 2. No, it's not over here. Google storage, and it's a new bill to us, and we're good to go. So I added it underneath so I wouldn't have to move the stickers around, but I'll write the total here, and then I will put the actual savings. So the total for the budgeted amount, because we already have, well, before I total the variable, I'm so focused on the variable and getting those numbers down. I already have my fixed expenses. I do need to do the adjustments for Paycheck 3 and the balance forward and what I added to the account. So what I added to the account, we'll just start here, is a sinking fund. That's what those initials stand for. So I track my sinking funds back here, and that's what they look like. A lot of things come in and out of this account. So this month we had Orkins come out, and they do their spray and put granules down, and it keeps the bugs out of our house, and it's been amazing, and we've had no problems. So I had the cash built up for that. I added what I normally put every month, because I put a little bit every month, a little bit of money in here every month. Well, actually, I usually put like $300 or $400 in here a month, but it totals all of these little line items of how much I'm adding for these particular purposes, which is what sinking funds are. You're sinking money into an account to fund something specific that will happen in the future. For me, it's usually mostly annual expenses or quarterly or like every other month expense, and I just kind of transfer the cash from here to my checking account or to my credit card, depending on how it's paid. And so this actually comes out of my checking account, so it hits the checking account, I see the pending, and then I transfer the cash, and it doesn't reflect in the budget because it goes in and out just as fast, and nothing changes. So as you see here, I've actually depleted the Christmas fund. It's down to 0. I depleted the activities fund for other things and stuff I wanted to get for Christmas. This is a flexible, it can be for activities, it could be for things. I still have $75 left in that one. I took Xander Identity Theft came out this month. What else? Southern States Propane. It wasn't as high as it was the previous year. So I took the money and moved it to our checking account or somewhere else in my accounts, and I think it was the checking account, and funded other things with that. And then I wanted my dividends down to 0, and my Xander Identity Theft was actually $145, and I took $1 out of this and moved it there. I only put $12 a month in that, so it wasn't quite enough, and that's okay. I don't mind the dividends taking care of that. And then, because the dividends are like 40 to 50 cents, depending on how much is in the account. And then I also am going to be paying I borrowed some money from in here to get my planners and stuff for next year, and I still owe $18.30, and that'll be paid off next month. So that is what I use this for. I think I might do a December sinking funds explanation video where we're going to start with these ending numbers and show you what December is going to look like. And then I always close this out at the end of the month once all the transactions have happened, and we're good. But I don't usually have a lot of this much movement happening in my account. It's just this is the one month during the year everything happens. So it's okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back to this. So that's what that $125.99 deposit was. It was Orkin from that one account, sinking funds, savings account, moved over to the checking account, and you're going to see that I actually have Orkin here where it's subtracted out. So they kind of cancel each other out. And that's how that works. That's how having sinking funds can help offset the cost of what you need during your paycheck periods or your monthly budgeting in order to pay for things that you need for your home or your vehicles or whatever the case may be that you have a sinking fund for. So I balanced for $2,024.39, and I added, or my husband's salary check came in at $2,059. $550.61. And then we had $125.99. So that gave us a total of $4,700.99 for Paycheck 3. Now, you can see here, this checked out. This is actually lower than I thought it at the beginning of the month. And I had my husband print off his pay statements from the company he works for. And I compared what the previous month, I think November, maybe even October's statement to his November pay, and trying to figure out where this $2 and some change, or almost $2 difference was, because normally his pay is $2,552.36. That's what it's been all year. That's what I was expecting. And this time around it was $2,550.61. And that's $1.75. And then next pay, it's for the 1st of December, it's a little different as well. So because it was consistent 2 paychecks in a row, I had him pull that down, and I looked at it line item for line item and found that the where he works, he's required to have it was post-tax, which it means after everything's been taxed in his paycheck. This is a deduction that is taken out for long-term disability if he happened to need it. So apparently it cost a little more for the company to keep this long-term disability on my husband. There was a $1.75 difference. And I'm like, okay, now that I know what it is, it's not that big a deal. It wasn't his income that changed. It wasn't any taxes that changed, or any, like, he contributes to his 401k and things like that. Nothing had changed except for that one line item. So now that we know what it is, I feel confident going forward to use around this number, and for the new year. And yeah, I'm fine with that. Definitely want to make sure if he needed long-term disability insurance, then, and through the company, then it's definitely paid for. And I think in his company it's required, so he doesn't have a choice. If he wants to work there, he has to have it. Now that we know the income, let's finish the variable and total that up, and then we'll find out how much is left in the checking account and how much we are saving for the month of November. And I haven't quite figured out exactly where I want to put it to. I'm going to have to talk to my husband, but it's one account, so I'll just put it in that account, and I'll write it in once we decide what category it goes in. So let's go ahead and total the numbers up. Okay, I had to add the numbers a few times. I kept messing up. So the total here is $2,769.47. Okay, so also here you're going to notice I have 2 life insurances. This one here, this is the family life insurance, and then I have another life insurance, and I'm going to put a J after it for my son's name. This is my life insurance for him because he's aging out of this one. This one, a family one, only went to age 25 for him. And then once he turned 25, then he needed his own policy. So we added a policy, and what we got was like the top one he could get. And there was no medical check or anything like that because he was already part of ours originally. So we thought that was a really good segue into getting a separate one now that he's older for him, a 35-year term life insurance policy. So we are good to go there, and that'll be a regular occurring bill. And he does pay us rent, so some of that will be covering that. And then, like I said, I just did not want to move stickers around, so I put the Google storage underneath. But this includes that. So now we have all of the numbers of what what deposits came in, what fixed expenses came out, and what variable expenses came out. Let's discover how much we're actually saving in the month of November, because I close out every month and put that money into savings and do not balance forward into the new month, November, or the previous month's money. So let's go ahead and do that. It was $4,700.99. That is how much the income was. And we're going to subtract the $1,366.97 and the $2,769.47. All right, we have $564.55. I am very happy with that because we still had grocery money left over, which compensated for a lot of the $1,113.58 of unbudgeted holiday, Christmas, or just spending that we wanted, birthday spending for my son, things like that, that we wanted to do. We still had money left over at the end of the month, and I am super happy about that. So that worked out really, really well. And you can't argue that. I mean, who wouldn't like extra money at the end of the month? And we get to put money into savings. So we're still being responsible, which is really good, and having money left over, so that works out. So this is our closeout for the monthly budget. Everything we did, I've actually went ahead before I got on camera and made this payment, so all these things are paid for. Yeah, everything's taken care of. And when my husband gets paid in the morning on the 1st, because this is the 30th of November, tomorrow I will be doing this transfer into savings. And then that means any money of November will actually go into savings. And then December 1st starts a whole new thing. I've already got Paycheck 1 filmed and ready to go. I don't think I knew the salary changes yet when I filmed it, because I filmed it before I filmed this one to make sure it go up on the 1st, because the month of November or month of December, the monthly budget has already gone up. So yeah, that might be a little off difference, but that's okay. When I do the actuals, it'll work itself out and we'll be good to go. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.